Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this light.
Hello, and welcome to Xbox International Podcast. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having an awesome night because today we're gonna be spicy. Yeah, oh man, I'm telling y'all, we're gonna get so spicy. Why? Because I'm drinking rum, and rum is good for you. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, it's real
Not
good. It
for
makes you
you.
real happy, but not for me though. But yeah, it's good for you. If not, let's ask our awesome captain, Silent Cypher. Tell us, how are you doing today, and tell everybody why is rum so good for you.
Hey, I'm doing okay. I've been a little bit under the weather the last couple days. It has been a scorcher out here, so I'm not sure if I'm coming down with something or if it's just been frying me out a little bit. There hasn't been a lot of AC where I work, so it's been awesome. But I'm doing okay today. Rum in general is not great for you. Crazy.
What? Why not?
It's great for me, but it's not great for you. But
Oh,
no, in all seriousness, doing okay. Looking forward to talking some topics today. It's going to be an
yep.
interesting one with everything that continues to break like every day.
hmm
It feels like now. But
And we
yeah,
were and we were actually, had our fingers crossed and saying, "Hey, this is gonna be done." But damn it, we're gonna have to
yeah.
talk about that later. Yep.
I'll take the L on that real quick and just get it out of the way, just in case anyone's looking for some salt. I expected that thing was going to get closed on Monday this week, and I was wrong. So
Yep.
I
there
think
you
everyone did, to be honest.
yeah.
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 Yeah. And speaking about everyone, let's look at that man over there that's on top of me, who he wants to be like Lionel Richie. Yeah, I made a rhyme right there. What's up, Sourblow? How are you doing,
Mm.
sir?
I'm doing all right, doing great. Excited to talk about a few things today and show a couple of things I got ready for today. So
Hmm.
super excited and nice to see you guys.
Oh, awesome. I'm happy that you're here. And speaking about being here today, the man who teaches all them Dominican baseball players over there in Canada. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I think I need to get myself some of that rum because I don't know if I have the energy today to keep up with you, Lee. I gotta get myself something. I'm just drinking some water here. It may not be good enough.
Oh, you think it's a rum? I'm telling you, Dominican power rum. Yes, drink some rum. Rum gives you everything. Power, even power to play games. And speaking about games, who should I start with? Let's start with you, Mr. Plume, since you're on camera. Tell us what you have been playing, sir.
I've been diving into old games the last week or so. I've been playing Sonic Origins, and I played through the first three Sonic games, which are like probably the best Sonic games. Super fun, great music, platforming's awesome. And then the last couple of nights, I've actually been playing all the old Call of Duties because with Xbox fixing the servers, the games are extremely populated, and it feels like I'm back in like 2009, 2010 again, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. How about you, handsome, sexy, awesome captain? What have you been playing, sir?
Well, so I actually did change it up a little bit from this last week because I had been
Hmm.
playing some Arcade Paradise and GTA, but I feel like I kind of wore myself a little bit thin on those for a bit because I just kind of burnt through a bit of it. And so I don't know why, but I got a hankering to go back and play some Far Cry. So I've been playing Far Cry 3, the remaster or whatever it was, the classic version or whatever they called it. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. I'm not having a lot of fun with the 30 frames per second mode on there, but the game still holds up well. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I had actually never played a lot of that one because I think other stuff came out right around the same time and got me occupied, and I just never ended up beating the game. But that game is great. That game is a lot of fun. I was getting my butt kicked hard when I started playing that game, and I realized that I had like 20 upgrade points that I hadn't used yet. Suffice it to say, once I applied those, I'm doing much better in battles. But I was getting my butt whooped. I had like no health. I had no upgrades, no nothing. It was embarrassing. Much
Hmm.
better.
Hmm. But that game is super easy though.
Oh, whatever, crazy. Go
I
back to your
know.
corner.
Okay, I'll go back to
Why,
that.
why don't you talk about what you've been playing, Crazy? Because
What,
you,
me?
yeah,
No one wants to hear it.
you've been
No, no.
having trouble
Why
with
we
a
having
certain
trouble with
game.
what? In certain game, what? I didn't have any problems,
You know
man.
what we're talking about.
I don't know
The
what you're talking.
part
What
of
is
the
it?
chat know what we're talking about.
No, not part of the chat. No, they knew I kicked butt. They know I'm the man in that game, and that's the evil within. I've been kicking some butt in the evil within, man. I mean, what? I killed this monster 20 times last night. Was it? No, I think that was me though. He got me 20 times. Yeah. That was me. Sorry, guys. I just did not know what to do. But hey, I figured it out. I'm not gonna give y'all spoilers, but go watch the video. But yes, this big old dude kicked my butt 20 times. It was annoying. And Laura, oh my god. Oh shoot, that lady ghost. Oh man. That was another one that was getting
Did
on
you
my
beat her?
nerve.
You beat her?
I think I killed her
Wait,
once.
you don't know if you beat her?
No, because here's the thing though. In chapter, I don't know if that's the same thing because it's pretty much it looks at the same monster as chapter
Okay,
6.
no spoiler, no spoiler. I got you. I got
Okay, that's all right. So I don't know if it's the same
you.
monster.
You're
So
not
either way
sure.
though, I don't know if I chopped her arms off, kind of like what's that movie called? That cool movie with Schwarzenegger and he's in Mars and that woman with the three things and this and that. What's
Talking
that movie
about
called?
Total Recall.
Yes, Total Recall. Yeah, it chopped her arms off in like the elevator scene. Yeah, just like that movie. Yeah, yeah. But either way though, Sour. Tell us what you've been playing. Did you already say it or no? No, you haven't said anything. What you've been playing besides trying to be Lionel Richie?
Well, I've been playing the usual Gotham Knights,
I don't know.
but I have not been able to play a lot lately. Gotham Knight. I also played a little bit of Fist, and I jumped into this baby right here.
But
So I'm
You got
playing
fisted,
some
huh?
Arkham
Oh, hey, look
Origins.
at that. Look at that.
yeah, oh, look at
That
that.
looks that looks
He-
sexy. I like it.
yeah, he has his own ass's rug. Wait,
So
wait. Is it
so in case we're live
His
and you see
own
my
ass rub? What?
Um,
That what I just heard?
what?
oh man. So if you guys see me looking down, that's I'm probably just playing and ignoring you guys. Sorry
Oh, so
in advance.
wait, you're gonna be here on the podcast. You're gonna be playing games. You can't do that, man, because then I want to play games and I can't play games. So that's not fair, man. You can't be doing that,
Well,
brother.
well, that's
sounds
different
like a
because
you problem.
yeah, you gotta ask for permission.
I got to permit. Let me tell you all
Did you
something.
did you
This
pull out your little carpet so you can play your games?
I don't even. I don't. All I have is like an air mattress where I sleep at. That's all I have in here. That's it.
So
That's all. And a couch over here, which again, that's my room couch. That's been my couch for like all my life, and it got taken over, so I don't have any couch anymore. I don't have a computer chair. I don't have any couch. I have nothing. So yeah, I'm doomed. Yep.
It's
But
like you're actually in jail.
It
pretty
is.
much yes. Pretty much yes. All I need is to build a toilet in here, and then that's jail for me.
okay,
Perfect
too
right
much
there.
information.
But that's how
Wow.
I'm not saying anything bad though. But okay. All right. But either way, though, let's get right into the flight itinerary because we got lots of things to talk about. So, flight itinerary, we have Forza Motorsport missing content at launch, Spider-Man State of Play. Xbox Live Gold, games with gold finally being phased out. Thank you, God and Moses. And Sony agrees to a Call of Duty deal with Microsoft. Tribunal pauses Microsoft appeal of CMA's Activision ruling. Sourblow has two announcements,
That's
and
right.
you have two announcements.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
so that's it. So should I read the other flight itinerary, or are we done?
What? Wait, there's more. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's it.
There's no more. What are you talking about?
Where is it? Oh, it says Spiderman State of Play. What are you playing, Exo Primal? Why do you put Exo Primal on there? But okay.
Oh, that's in case someone did. Oh, before we jump into
What's up?
the flight,
All
did
right.
any of you guys jump into Exo Primal?
I haven't yet, to be honest.
I,
I put to install it, but I haven't played it yet.
no,
Uh,
I played the beta when it came out, but I haven't played it yet because I've been too busy playing Call of Duty the last couple nights.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so none of us jumped into it, unfortunately.
No. How about chat? Chat, tell me if you all jumped into it. Somebody say something. Tell me if it's fun,
Yeah.
because I've not even seen the reviews of that game. But either way, I don't care about reviews. I just want to play it. So yes, I install it. So yeah, chat, tell us what you've been playing. And now it's time to give it to our sexy, handsome, baldish, because he wants to be bald, captain for the flight announcement.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're
Don't
not
lie to me,
prepared.
Sour. Ladies and gentlemen, Sour's turned on the subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please stow your food and beverage next to your desk, underneath your seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also, make sure that you've hit that notification bell. We gently remind you that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, posting unwanted shower videos is strictly prohibited. We're looking at you, crazy.
What?
If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you.
Wait. We gotta discuss this right now. We gotta put this in discussion. Let's put a poll in the chat. Does everyone love shower video Louis? That sounded really bad, but okay.
No
But either
one.
way,
What?
No one. No one.
no one
No
loves
one
it.
ever asked. No one ever asked for that. That's just like 1920s plague. No one ever asked for that to come back, and then it showed up.
Then it shut up.
We didn't want it.
We didn't want it yet.
No.
But yeah, people were saying they missed the shower video. But either way, though, let's start by.
Ooh, I want receipts. I want receipts.
I gotta look for that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I
All
bet
right.
you do.
All right, let's go right away and just give the chat an awesome shout out. We got Mr. Dark. How are you doing? Sir, hope everything is awesome for you. G Maybe, what's up, G Maybe? He said that creature chasing, looting around through the fire last night was a bit unsettling. Yes, Laura was annoying. Agreed. Then there's my brother Punti. What's up, Punti, my brother? He hangs out with me over there in Double Barrel Gaming on Mondays. Let's keep going. Sanjay Martinez Gaming. Hello. What's up, brother? Ray Chi, how are you doing? Joe VRD. Isn't that JD? What was the name? JC?
Jovi.
Yeah. That's Jay Vargas, isn't it? Jay Vargas.
No, that's not Jay Vargas. That's
Okay.
actually my brother.
Oh, that's your brother? Oh, what's up? Oh, I gotta sit down and talk to you. We gotta get some stuff out of Joe VRD. We gotta get him on here one day on XPI so we can talk. We gotta get some stuff from Sourblow.
You probably don't want that. He's as crazy as you are. So.
Oh, awesome. That would be an
Oh,
episode.
we can't have two of that in one show.
It should just be only them next week.
Yeah.
Only them.
We'll just sit there and eat popcorn while they just banter and rave.
Oh man.
Did I say what's up to my brother Rachy? What's up, Rachy? No, I'm not melting, man. You know, I took a shower, so I don't know why. I need to get a haircut. My hair's just being stupid lately. I don't understand. Back from the dead. What's up, brother? Back. How are you doing? Talos, the man with the ray. Hello to you, sir. Going down the list, it's Timmy. What's up? Oh, we have I Hate English. Welcome. I hate English. How are you doing? Hope everything is awesome to you. I Hate English. Let me see who else is here. I said what's up to G Maybe already. Yes. The Poom. What's up, Poom? It says save battery. What you gotta save battery for? Okay. You gotta save the battery. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What's up?
I thought you were done.
Yeah, I'm done. That's actually the last person. So yes.
Did you get Elvio?
Where's Elvio? Elvin's not here. Where's Elvio?
Elvio.
Is he here? He's not here. I don't see him.
I see him here.
What? Oh no. Elvin, if I did not see you, what's up, my brother Elvin? So now, let's get back to the show. We got lots to talk about, especially since we are in the damn generation of games launching with issues or missing content. Son of a.
All right. Before that, real quick.
Go for it.
Okay, I want to jump into the announcements. The first announcement is next week we have a special guest,
Oh.
and we actually have a video that we're gonna play later in the episode that the guest sent to us. So I don't know what's in the video. We will see later on, but it's a special transmission.
Shit,
Okay.
you're gonna get shut down. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna probably like ruin us or
We
something. I
haven't
don't
gotten
know.
shut down with you yet, so I think
Yeah, so
we're pretty good.
we're probably pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, the second announcement is that starting August 1st, we will activate our memberships. And I was going to do it next week, but since next week we have a guest, I didn't really want to use his time in order to, provide some of the information. So there's going to be 3 tiers. And just like the podcast is going to be based on, it's going to be themed around flight. So we're going to have the economic class, we're going to have the business class, and then the first class. I don't know if you guys should I just explain all of them now, or maybe I could do it down the line. We still have time, but I just wanted to throw it out there.
I think we do it probably closer on, but just to bring it to people's radar that like things are coming.
Things are coming. Sneak peek.
Sneak peeks. Yes. Sneak peeks.
Snap.
Oh wait, another sneak peek. Another sneak peek.
Sour, you have me on camera. You don't have yourself. You got to put yourself in camera.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
I thought I was bad with the room, but damn.
All right, here we go. Sneak peek
awesome.
Again.
Did you put the clap? We don't see
All
it
right.
yet.
Sneak peek. Psych.
All right.
Yeah, Sourblow's going to be mailing you OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. Let's keep going.
Only fans, more like only feats.
Only feats, yeah.
Captain.
But speaking of content that we haven't seen yet, we're actually going to jump onto our very first topic for this evening, which is the fact that Forza Motorsport will be launching with missing content. This one makes me sad. I'm
Sorry,
a little bit.
Simon.
What did you do? Did you put
see?
me in timeout?
I gotta give a quick shout out. Rachie said he wants his peasant class.
Peasant class.
Oh man,
That's fair. I can't argue with that. But yeah, so we actually just found out that we're not going to have drift or drag race modes in game at launch. This one, God, I'm conflicted on this one since we ended up hearing about it, just because I know that with this game, the whole idea is that it's supposed to be more of a ecosystem. It's going to be, its own games as a service type of approach where it's going to obviously evolve and change as time goes on. But it kind of sucks to see something like that, like not provided right at the launch, especially with the last couple of high profile games that we saw from Microsoft over the last couple of years release without content. Obviously Halo, we know the debacle where we ran into issues there. Redfall, we know about that whole situation. Like there have been a few times for concern, and when I saw that, all I could think personally is, delay the game, give it a little extra time. Like if it's something that's close enough in the pipeline that we can get this thing going and we can have a more content complete version, do that. However, this is the state in which we're in, and I don't see them moving this at this point. But I guess the benefit to it is that it is a games as a service title, so we will see some of that change as time goes on. But I guess the question I have for you guys, and I'll throw it to Plume first, is do you think the game should have been delayed until it was content complete? That'll be the first part.
For me, it's hard because when I think about Forza Motorsport, I'm thinking about like the simulation, the circuit racing, and everything. And I heard that those game modes weren't there. I'll be honest, I really didn't care that much. Like I wasn't that disappointed because maybe I'm not a veteran enough in the Forza Motorsport series to know really what I will be missing out on. So I think like in general, Turn 10 makes amazing games from the previous ones that I have played, but I'm not like somebody who's spent uh, like days and days playing this game, right? Like over 100 hours or something. So to me, I don't really care that much that those game modes are missing, but should they delay it? If it's just for those two game modes that are going to be coming at some point in the future, and everything else is there, and there's the full like um, simulation career mode or whatever that they have, I think it's fine. I think they just add those in later, and most people probably aren't going to be that upset that those two game modes aren't there at launch.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I guess I'll roll that over to Sour real quick as well, because obviously we don't know a lot about this situation besides the fact these things aren't coming. Um, but I guess my question is tied on to the one that I asked for Plume is just do you think this is an acceptable approach given that it is a games as a service title? If it's acceptable for that longer rollout of content and modes, or does this concern you and make you worried that like maybe we're going to see more of this type of behavior on other games that come out in the future?
I think, um, well, to begin, I think Turn 10, like Plume said, has shown themselves to be a very talented studio, and they have delivered in the past. The problem that we have with this is that Xbox, as the ecosystem, as you know, the studios and everything, they they seem to be have developed a habit of doing this. Where lately, where like the games are not coming out like content completed, so
Hmm.
in a way, it kind of is an issue. I would not say necessarily for Turn 10, but more for like the Xbox brand, because it's like you're showing it with different games as if this was like, you know, the- only this game, you know, we probably would have had no issues, but then we had the problems with Redfall, we had the problem with Halo, etc. So
I think as terrible as it is, they've got a failure to launch type of scenario, right? The premature launch on a bunch of their titles. It's it's kind of, I mean, for me, again, like I said, obviously this is a games as a service type of ecosystem, so things might be a little different with this. I'm hoping that this doesn't mean we'll see more of this behavior in the future because, this comes out and people are like, well, it's no big deal. We'll just go with it. I'm hoping this isn't a cadence that continues to be more of a norm for them, right? Because we keep looking at the last few years of games. All of you guys have seen it along with me. Is like some of these games we've played came out and they were buggy, broken messes. Like we're
Mm.
not just talking Halo. We're not talking Redfall. Like Star Wars was impacted. We had Call of Duty that was impacted. There were issues across the industry, and it makes me nervous that like if we don't hold them to it a little bit, that this will continue to be like a norm, right? But crazy is that. Do you think this is anything to be concerned about, or do you think that this has been kind of something that they've had planned to an extent? They just didn't want to announce it earlier on because they didn't want to take away from all of the good news that they had coming when they did like their showcase in June.
When is it coming out? October, right? So that means we're close to a 3 month period, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't like the same thing that happened with Redfall? Wasn't like it close to 3 months that they announced it was coming out in 30 FPS?
crazy, don't do
Yeah.
that. Don't do that.
It
No.
was.
No, no, I'm not.
He's
I'm
not
not.
wrong.
I'm
He's
not
not
wrong.
wrong.
I'm trying to get. No, 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 no. I'm not being. I'm just bringing out a point, right? So here's my thing, though. Again, when you did the showcase, right? You guys should have said, "Hey, this game is going to come out like this," and then later on we will add these features. Okay, we will understand. We're in June. The game's coming out, so it's like a 4 or 5 month period. Awesome. We totally understand that you later on are going to add these modes on here because here's the thing, though, buddy. you come out with Forza Motorsport. What is it? Is it 7, 8? What is it? 8, 7? I don't remember how much. Ah, there's like 20 of them
It's
already.
they're dropping the number for this one, but technically it would be 8.
Okay,
Hey,
Forza Motorsport 8.
Yeah.
You're coming out Forza Motorsport Sport 8. Yet when you and but yet you have Gran Turismo, which came out in 2022. Was it? Or was it this year? I'm lost with the dates. What the hell?
Mm,
But
Gran Turismo, wasn't that was like a couple years ago?
no, it was last year. I think it
Was
was
it?
20. Yeah,
yeah, I
2022.
think it
Last
was
year.
last.
Last year. Yeah.
Oh man.
So no, I
Okay.
could be wrong. It was it this year. I don't know because
Oh,
this
It,
year.
if that's yeah.
But here's the
it
thing,
feels
though.
like it's a, you know,
Yeah, it
it,
The
feels
last
because
few years feel like a decade.
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. And here's the thing, though. Gran Turismo did come out with those modes on there. So you have a competitor out there that has these modes, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna give the people, you're gonna give them stuff to feed on and say, "Hey, my game came out complete. Yours didn't. So you're feeding the
Mhm.
people up with this." So all right, you now announce it 3 months prior. Same thing with what happened with that red thing. But either way, so a couple months prior to the game release, you guys announced this. I find it wrong. I mean, seriously, announce it the same day, and say, "Hey, yeah, this game is gonna be like this, and we're gonna throw all the circuit. What was it? Circuits. That's the word. Circuits.
No, so it's the drift racing and the drag
No, no,
racing
no. I'm saying
modes.
they're focusing on the circuits, the
Oh
circuit racing.
yes,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
focusing on the circuit racing. So just say we were focusing on the circuit racing, and then later on we will drop, and then close to December we will drop the drift. Give us like a schedule, like
Yeah,
like
but
like Fortnite does. What's up?
okay, not to defend them
Okay.
necessarily, but it also could have been that maybe they thought they would have those modes ready, but then when you're development, certain things happen where you might change something, and that something changes the whole game, and then maybe it made it difficult. So things could have changed in the process. So we don't know that. But my thing is that I have always said is I think developers or studios in a general, they should stop providing date until the game is like,
yes.
I don't know, like I wish they could wait till the game goes gold and then they give a release date.
Yeah.
I wish that
But
was the norm.
yeah,
I
agree
th-
with you there.
I think like we've talked about before. So it does break down very much to it's a communication type of thing. Like if you're afraid you're not going to hit these targets, like I'm guessing they've probably known for a little while they weren't going to have these items ready. So communicate it as soon as you can. The worst thing you can do is basically come out just like what we ended up finding out with the Redfall stuff is like come out and be like, yeah, well, this is what it is and this is what you're going to get. So suck it up.
Yep.
If you communicate it and you just say like, hey, listen, we were anticipating this was going to be ready. It's not ready. It does go back to the same thing as like you mentioned that they couldn't anticipate potentially that these things weren't going or that they weren't going to be ready, which I would say like if it's going to be if it's going to be skeletal as far as the actual content offered when it comes out, then push it. So hopefully this means that we have a good amount of content that's still there because then it goes back to if it doesn't, if it feels like it's a shell of a game, give it the extra couple months, like let
So
it bake. But Plume, I did actually want to ask you something else because I didn't think about asking at the time when I was talking to you on it. I'm trying to remember. Are you into racing games much?
I play racing games like various ones all the time, but it's more.
Okay.
I don't
He
know if
played with us, remember? But he was always last place.
no, that was you, man. That was you.
No,
No,
that,
actually,
That was you. Sorry about that.
we played with him,
No, 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 no,
he
no, no.
was
That was you.
competing.
no.
Crazy, you
That was you.
wasn't even there. What are you
Yeah,
talking
of
about?
course I was there. What are you talking about?
Whatever.
Was I there? I don't remember. Sour, if you took first place, it was your son.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't took first place. I didn't,
okay.
but I wasn't last.
Um, Plume, is this one that you're interested in trying when it does come out? Are you
yeah,
are you gonna? Okay.
I'm going to jump into this one right away, just from everything that we've been seeing about it, and just graphically, right? Like, looks like it's going to be a literal showcase for the Series X. So I
Yeah.
want to see how it looks on a big 4K TV, and and just feel the difference. Like they've talked a lot about the difference in how the cars feel with all the contact points on the wheels and stuff, and I kind of want to see what that's like compared to the last one.
I did actually hear, yeah, when I was listening to some of that stuff, I think they were actually talking about it a little bit on Wandering Dutch's show earlier today, too. They were talking about Forza Irwin and how he's kind of jazzed out about the fact that it's got those control or the contact points for the tires,
Yeah.
because especially with like a simulation racing wheel or something, that could be really cool. Like the response and the vibration and feedback could be really cool if you have a good steering wheel setup, right?
Yeah.
Does actually make me wonder, because you brought up the quality, the visual quality, and everything. We did actually hear that there's going to be a handful of different modes, as it were, right? So like a quality mode, a performance mode, stuff like that. To what extent, we don't know. So I'll be curious, like if if we see something like, I doubt we'll end up seeing a 60 frames with full ray tracing, but at this point we don't know because the details are pretty hazy.
Hmm.
Um, I think no matter what, though, like those game modes are going to look slick anyways. I think the same thing happened with Forza Horizon 5, right? So when you played that one, yes, you had the quality mode that dropped it down to the 30, but the performance mode, which was a lower resolution, like it was the solid 60 and it played like butter.
Yep.
So I'm sure it's optimized one way or another, but I'll be actually really curious as to like how many modes we have and what type of flexibility we have in regards to changing those settings.
Because here's my thing, though, right? And to be honest, if you're not going to give us, those modes right now, that means you're not going to give us probably not the full game yet. It's because that's pretty much what you're trying to say, or I don't know what you're trying to say. Because like we said, communication is important.
Yeah.
So we better get that we can see our actual faces or butts on that car. I mean, literally, I want to see my face and my butt.
Wait,
So
wait, what?
we better get a
What?
nice graphical, thing and a nice good performance in that game. I'm telling you, seriously, because if not, I'll be really mad. I'll be
Plume, do
really
you
mad.
want to Plume, do you want to see your butt or face in the
Yeah,
car?
of course. I mean, I want to walk. It's like I want to walk next to the like. For example, if I see the screen, I want that reflection of the car looking at me. Like, yeah, I can see my face on that car.
Note.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how you're driving the car if you're looking at your butt, so
He,
I don't
I think he wants to play around in that Forza Vista mode where you can just walk around your car and look
Yeah,
at it
exactly.
gazingly.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be like, oh, look at that, look at that man in the window. Oh,
Yeah.
Sourblow, let me tell you.
Yep. But you get what I mean, though. I mean, it has to have a good graphical, at least make it awesome so we can be happy. And then we can,
Note,
enjoy the game and wait till, the other stuff releases. But again, bad on you. Shame on you for doing that. I'm not happy with that. But
note
let's,
that note that I did ask Plume what his opinion was about seeing faces and butts in the reflections,
yeah.
because I knew exactly where you were going to go with it, and I wanted a logical thinker.
Oh man.
All right, but yeah, Sour, I'll pass it on to you if you. I think you've got something to talk about now.
Hmm.
Oh yes, yes. Sorry about that. Was not
Or
ready
do
actually.
you?
Yeah, let go of the
Shut-
aces
Yeah.
rig.
So
He's too
anyway.
busy. He's too busy playing RPGs on
Yeah,
his
yeah,
aces.
yeah. Asses,
So
yeah.
No,
so we
no, not. Okay.
Okay.
so we got two rumors. One of them seems to be fake by now because we would have had more information. But there was a rumor going on at the beginning of this week, or I think at the end of last week, where there was going to be a state of play actually tomorrow, which was going to be a Spider-Man 2 state of play. And then the other rumor that I heard recently is that in August, PlayStation will have an event showing the PS5 Slim. So Crazy Lou, do you have that poll ready?
I'm working on it. Hold on. My typing is slow, but I am working on it.
you missed the
Dude,
other rumor. They
Oh, there's another one.
yeah. Did you guys see the renders of the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's supposed to be announced tomorrow? It's another one floating
Oh,
around.
so that makes sense. That's why they canceled the state of play.
Dude,
But
someone's taking us to task in the chat, and I'm just curious who they're referring to. I'm guessing it's me, but someone in there just mentioned this guy is a charisma black hole.
it's
I'm
gotta be. It's probably me then.
no,
Black
I'm
hole.
thinking it was me droning on about the cars, but I'm curious. That should be a poll. Which one of us is a charisma? That actually seems
Oh
no.
man.
Never mind.
Oh my god, I misspelled
If,
something. Damn it.
if it's me, sorry guys.
If it's me, sorry guys.
If it's
Oh.
me, well, screw you.
But anyway, so the question is that we're gonna ask the chat is what is most likely to happen. Sorry, crazy. I had a mistype, which you probably typed it wrong. What is most likely to happen first?
Yes, I
The
mistyped
Spider-Man,
with the P.
the Spider-Man 2 state of play, or the PS5 Slim reveal event?
Did I
What do
type
you
that?
guys think? Let's start with you, Plume. And
Okay.
do you think any of this will happen soon? What is your thought on this?
You know what? I'm actually going to go with the PS5 Slim reveal because didn't we already get a
before
deep dive?
Spider-Man?
Yeah, because didn't we already get a deep dive for Spider-Man in their big state of play? Wasn't there like a big section for it?
Yeah, it did end it on that.
So
Yeah.
I feel like, and we've been hearing nonstop rumors about a PS5 Slim coming out, and I kind of think those are real. I think that we will get a PS5 Slim, whether that's this year in the holiday season or sometime next year. I definitely think a PS5 Slim is coming. So I feel like that will be something that we see, and there's a good chance that's happening before the Spider-Man one. I mean, we've already seen Spider-Man like a couple times, so they want to get some hype. They have to do something now with all the hype from PlayStation pretty much being a nothing with the Activision Blizzard stuff.
Do you think it would be like? Do you think they will release immediately like a special Spider-Man 2 version of it, or just?
That'd be awesome if they did. That'd be really smart. If they pack that in or something. I mean, they've been packing in their first-party games with their consoles throughout this generation, right? Horizon, God of War. They're probably going to do it with Spider-Man, so it'd be cool if they did that.
Yep. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spider-Man.
Well, Blue, what about you? You
What?
seem to love Spider-Man a lot. So, do you expect the state of play first, or do you expect the PS5 Slim reveal event to happen first?
I don't know, man. I mean, we already saw Spider-Man 2, so probably close to the date they will probably do another state of play because when they're close to releasing the game, they do always like another state of play to show a little bit more of Spider-Man to get people hyped up, stuff like that. But But here's the thing, though. Probably in that state of play, they will announce both things, though. That could be the
I was
thing.
about to tell you that. I was about to ask you, what if they show both?
Yeah, they should show both right there. That will get people pumped up, real happy if they want a PS5 Slim. Then, and please be a lot smarter than that thing because damn, that thing takes a lot of room. Or maybe you can see the PS5 Pro. That's another one. There's rumors about that they're working on it, so that could be next thing in line. We don't know. It could be.
Well, okay, real quick, Crazy. What if they announce on that showcase?
Yeah.
If they announce, they show Spider-Man 2, huge 30-minute gameplay. They reveal the PS5 Slim with the what's it called, that tablet, the PS5.
Yeah, the PS
Project Q.
Project
The Q Lite or whatever.
Yeah,
Q Lite.
You're talking about the drone controller, yeah.
Yeah, that plus a VR with a Spider-Man VR, and it's all bundled together for your for basically like around $10,000 plus.
What? $10,000? What planet are you on?
Exactly. Who the hell's gonna pay $10,000 for Dan's Spider? I mean, I will tell you something. We'll just go on right now.
Wait,
on eBay.
but
Okay. All right.
You also need to put in your house and
What?
refinance your house in order to
That
just
was
playing around.
that was a bad joke, though. Sal.
But if you add if you add all that together, like if you want to get all the accessories, like how much money are you wasting? Like that's a
Sarah,
lot of money.
you lost me with the question though.
$1,500.
You lost me. You lost me with the
1,500.
question. You were
But
talking about
I think it's
add a
more than
VR,
that.
add a PS5 Slim Pro, add a PS5
Because
Slim with Spider-Man in it,
only the PS5 and
Spider-Man
the
VR game,
VR and the
and stuff like
VR,
that. That's like a 1,200. That's a
that's
pretty
like
much like
1,000.
no. That's pretty much like
Well,
$1,300 pretty
the
much.
Q Lite, there rumors that it's gonna be like $299, maybe $399. So
That's 300.
But here's the thing, though: will it fly a
PS5.
drone? Though, does that mean that they will make a PS5 drone? Because seriously, that controller looks like a drone controller. You know, where you fly drones and take pictures and stuff. Will the PS5 become a drone?
I'm sure someone will figure out a way, Louis.
Yeah, no, I bet you. I'm telling you, that's gonna happen because that thing is huge, man. And I'm telling you that it could transform
Okay,
into a big damn drone. Why
I
not?
don't
What's
even
up?
know what's
enough
happening.
slandering. Silent, are you excited for the PS5 Slim? Are you gonna get it this time?
I'm excited about it. Yes, I think it'd be really nice for them to get rid of that massive console that they have right now. I think that would be a great change. But no, I'm not getting one. If I want to play their games, I can play them on PC. I don't have any reason to buy the console. If I got to wait for 6 months or a year or whatever to play one of those games, I can play it on a PC. I got plenty of games in the backlog to keep me busy.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, since they're releasing PC in 3 years. So yeah.
3 years? Where
Yeah,
are
so
you
this
getting that?
He's
Yeah.
well. The other day, Jimbo, and he said it was gonna be a year. Then now he said it's gonna be 2 to 3 years, and now it's gonna be 5 years. So he keeps changing the dates. So yeah,
It's
been
gonna
three
be day
years
and
now.
date. It's gonna be day and date soon.
Yeah,
I know, I know it's gonna happen
Yeah.
soon. But he keeps saying, changing everything.
Well, Jimbo said a lot of things recently. Crazy Louie. Are you taking stock in what Jimbo's been saying recently? Because if you
Jimbo.
are, I've got some property that I could sell you on Mars right now.
All right, yes, I would like to buy at least $1 off of it. That'd be nice.
All right. Well, crazy.
What's up, buddy?
Are you ready?
For what? For my announcement? Should
Are you ready?
Should I end the poll?
You can leave it on for a little bit.
Okay, we'll leave it on for a little bit. Okay, go for it then.
So, our next week guest sent a video, and he asked me to tell you to pay special attention to this video, Crazy Lou. So
I'm
tell
kinda
me
drunk,
if
so-
you're ready.
All right.
Intrigued.
Are you ready?
All right, go for it. I hope
Here
you
we
put
go.
sound on it so everybody can
yeah.
hear.
Oh, let me make sure.
Yeah, make sure it has everything so I can hear. Because if I see a guy just talking, I'll be like, no,
Actually, let me make sure.
yeah, sound on both sides, not only
Are we
us,
gonna be
also for the chat.
Are we going to be able
Okay,
to see
yeah,
it in
yeah.
here so that way we can enjoy it?
Yeah, you can see it in here. So
Okay.
you ready? I believe so. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Why is Sourblow like so slow?
I think it's about time that some
I don't see it, Sourblow.
authenticity
That's the
comes
same
to
thing
this
about you
show
all the time.
because there's a guy named
Playing
Crazy Louie.
I
Well,
can't
let me
hear him
tell
though,
you
but
this.
okay. Yeah, I can hear him.
Crazy
Sam.
is the
hear the
Cowboy's
sound, though.
middle name. You haven't seen Crazy.
Oh, so he
until
smashed
I
that button on the
come
floor?
this
Oh
show
man,
and show
oh, you want to bring it on?
What
Oh, I
Crazy
see.
is. So let me
Did
tell
he?
you something,
Oh,
Louie.
kick! I can.
The
Oh
Cowboy
man,
Let him
is coming.
talk. Let him
That's
talk.
right. The Cowboy, King of Entertainment, is coming to pilot and commandeer that little plane that you guys ride on. And I tell you this, Louie, best and believe, trust it, that I am going to put you in your place and I'm going to put you on the spot. So I challenge you. And this won't be your average challenge where somebody sit there and go back and forth. No, I challenge you to just show up, period, on the show when the Cowboy King of Entertainment shows up. Because I want to see the look on your face as you consider yourself the most charismatic guy on that plane. No. You have now just met the new captain that will be commandeering that flight, and I will take you guys from here to here, and you will realize that the only captain is the Cowboy King of Entertainment. I'm gonna shake things up for you and the rest of your little Xbox. Because you little fanboys have no clue what's gonna happen when the cowboy comes on that plane. Because the cowboy's gonna shake things up. The cowboy's gonna do anything that he wants because he's gonna run that plane, and I'm gonna be unlike any other guest you ever had because it's gonna be the Cowboys show when I show up and when I show out. So Crazy Louie, I hope you're ready, boy. I hope you're ready, baby, because the Cowboy King of Entertainment is coming for you. And it ain't a damn thing none of your little fan base, fanboys is gonna do. So the Xbox Nation
He's going after the chat.
because I'm coming. And trust and believe me, Louie, look into my eyes. It's gonna be epic. And it's only one reason. And one reason at all. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man.
Yeah, because I'm a cowboy.
Because I'm a cowboy.
In case any copyright. Well, there you have it. For next week, we have the cowboy as guest. Lou, that was a strong promo right there. Like I don't know how you're gonna top that. So
I know how I'm gonna top that. First things first, you gotta send me the video because you know why I told you play sound on both ways. So I was trying to read lips, and me being drunk reading lips, I do not understand a damn thing what he said. I could hear the final part of it, but yes, don't worry, I will top it. I can roundhouse kick, and don't worry, I'm gonna drop kick him. That's what I'm gonna do. And he wants to fight me, man. He's got a challenge. He does not know who he's messing.
Whoa.
He doesn't know who he's messing.
Hey. Our guests get to abuse us. We don't get to abuse the guests.
I get to abuse the guest, but you know what? He wants to be in this redneck style. I'm gonna bring my damn redneck in here. I'm gonna go redneck on his ass. That's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna bring in here my 12 gauge shotgun. Pump it up with them buckshots, and I'm gonna put dip in my mouth and start spinning my dipping tobacco in my cup. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll tell y'all.
I think we need heavy security next week.
Yes, we do. We need some good security. Yes, we do. But Sour, send me the promo so I can listen to it better. Either way, I'll back it up because I thought I was gonna hear on both sides, but it wasn't working. So I had to look for the sound and put it on the headset. But yeah, I'll hear it later on. But hey, it was pretty fun. The only thing is he smashed the WWE belt and he kicked the ball. But no worries, I'll get back to it. You'll see. Wait till these days. You'll see. And also speaking about these days, and someone talking about what do you say? I was gonna do a transition.
Crazy Lou has the worst. I hope the battle is not about transitions because he has the worst transitions ever. Go, Lou.
No, I was gonna make a good transition about what somebody.
We noticed that.
Dude,
okay.
I'm digging the new transitions. I really am. It's like
okay,
you'd be talking about video games, and you'd be like, speaking of things that go crunch, Doritos.
Doritos are good though. I love Doritos. Yeah. And speaking about Doritos and how much I love Doritos, Mr. Joanna Dark has a $5 super chat and says, "Can we get a poll to see if Crazy Louie can do a better roundhouse kick than Cowboy? Also, where is Evil Dead Louie? Code Veronica is the GOAT." Yes, Code Veronica is the GOAT. Once you get to Chris Redfield, that's when it becomes the GOAT. Yep, we can all agree on that. And Evil Dead is where it is. Evil and it's dead. That's where it is. We don't want to revive that. Yeah. But anyway, though, let's continue, Captain. Let's keep on going. And let me just make a quick shout out to Player Boss. What? Oh, I don't know. Where did I read? Am I reading wrong? Fire Boss. What's up,
Lou is
Fire
nervous.
Boss?
That promo got him nervous.
No. I don't know. I need to get some glasses soon. I'm seeing blind lately. And also, my Halo brother, Retro Nerd. What's up? It's been a while since I've seen Retro Nerd. How you doing, sir, man? Happy to see you around here. The fifth horseman. You got to tell everybody on the chat that I killed that monster a lot of times yesterday. Tell everybody. I mean, you sat through it. You saw me, and I beat his butt. Tell everybody. I did real good. Tell him. I know Fifth was there the whole time.
No, I was watching.
No, you were sleeping, man. You went to bed.
Tell him I drank 150 beers. Tell him.
Yeah, 150 beers. Eternal Shaddai. What's up, Eternal Shaddai? Eternal Shaddai. Sour. Didn't you notice that when Ecstasy's around, he calls us and says, "Hey, let's play Halo." But when Ecstasy's not around, he doesn't call us.
Yeah, yep. And he plays by
You saw
himself.
he plays by, yeah. Did you see that? You see that?
Yeah.
Is it? I think Shaddai is a butt kisser. Yep, all the way. I love you, Shaddai, but
Oh,
yep,
Oh, you hear that, Shaddai? Oh
yeah.
my god.
That's the only
Okay.
time he invite us,
shit.
you know. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna throw it in his face, yeah, because he doesn't invite us to play Halo because he didn't call us yesterday, and he hasn't even announced us to go and play today, right? So yeah, I'm calling you out, Shaddai. That's what I'm doing. But anyways, Captain, let's keep on moving forward, brother.
I think that's actually a sour thing coming up next.
Oh, sorry thing.
I think it was you actually, but let me see. You
You
want me to
mean the
cover it?
part that says that sour has something to show us?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
that was the video.
Oh,
That was the video.
Oh, I thought you were okay. I thought it was tied to this. Okay. Anyways, all right. My bad. That's
No,
just
you're
me
good. You're
being
good.
a simpleton this evening. Cool. Well, yeah. So one of the things that we're actually going to talk about this evening is we ended up getting a bunch of details about Xbox Live Core. This is a different one for us. So, obviously, Xbox Live Gold is being sunset. Their solution, their replacement for this will end up being Xbox Game Pass Core, which is going to be the exact same price, but it'll allow for. And this is where I get a little mixed up. Plume, you're gonna have to help me on this one if I mess it up. But it's online console multiplayer access, but I believe that's only on the PC side for that. I think the console does not have the multiplayer included on the core version.
Yeah,
Is
well, in
that?
PC you don't have to pay for
Oh,
everything,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, core is
So
only for console, I believe.
yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some of the detail, and I did not get to deep dive onto that part of it. Um, but yeah, so it's going to have a catalog of 25 plus games. It's got a grip of things already going into it. Forza Horizon 4 and a couple other ones like right off the top. I think Halo 5 Guardians. There's some other games that are going to be included right off the bat. Um, let's see. Oh, hey, there we go. I've got it right here. It's going to end up having Among Us. It's got Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, which would be a great one to kick in there right about this time. And then obviously Fallout 4, Fallout 76. Then they're going to have Forza Horizon 4. Strange that it's not Forza Horizon 5. Just a weird side note on that one. And then we're going to end up seeing Gears 5, Grounded, Halo Guardians, Halo Wars, Hellblade, Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay 2, and Elder Scrolls Tamriel Unlimited is what they'll end up seeing initially as the catalog that they'll get included into right off the bat once this shifts. This ends up taking place. I'm trying to remember, Sour, when does this actually shift over? Was it September 1st?
Yes, September 1st.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to keep all the details together. So they'll have those, and then for $1 more, you'll end up. Of course, you can get Game Pass console version, which ends up giving you like the full library. And this is kind of where it gets a little weird. So Plume, I want to throw this to you because obviously, like, there hasn't been a lot of value in games with gold for a long time. We've seen it. Like, the offerings have been pretty scarce, pretty scant. But the idea that that's $10 a month, but then so you'll be converted right over. But then paying $11 a month, you end up getting the whole Game Pass library. So obviously, like this is them. One thing, it helps them in the fact that now they can say, okay, we have all these extra people that are part of Game Pass, right? It also encourages people, I'm sure, to shift, pay the extra $1 a month or whatever it is, so that way they can get access to all the other stuff as well. But what do you think with this? Do, do you think this will go well with the community? The fact that they're shifting to this version and they could just pay $1 more, like right off the bat. Like, do you think a lot of people shift for $1 more?
Shift to Game Pass console.
Yeah, sorry, to Game Pass console.
You see, this is where it all gets weird. I think what most people's complaints are, and I agree with this complaint. It's that why is there no online with Game Pass console? Because it's like a lot of these games that you're getting in Game Pass when you're subscribing to it, a lot of them are multiplayer. They have games as a service in there. So if you can't access any of the online features, it takes away a ton of the value of a lot of the games that are in Game Pass already. So they should just be throwing in um, Gold or Live or whatever with Game Pass console. So I don't know. It's an odd thing because Game Pass Core is essentially the exact same thing that it is right now. They've just taken away the games with Gold and given 25 plus a catalog of games that are going to be coming out once it launches. So I mean, if you're somebody who was on games with Gold this entire time and you've never upgraded to Xbox Game Pass and you're really only paying that subscription fee to play games online, I don't see why people would now all of a sudden switch over to Ultimate, because essentially that's what they would have to do. They'd have to pay the extra $7 to be able to keep their online and then also get the Game Pass stuff. So yeah, I don't think so. I feel like if all this time, if you haven't found the value in Game Pass and you're just playing on Xbox to play like Call of Duty or whatever, play with your friends, I don't see why people would be switching over because of this.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm not 100% sure what they were thinking with that, because obviously it makes a bunch of sense for them to shift everyone to Game Pass, because again, it bolsters the numbers for Game Pass.
Yeah.
That looks really good for them moving forward. But some of these weird disparities on the access is kind of strange.
Yeah, I think more so than anything, they've seen everybody complaining about games with Gold, because I mean the games that they were putting out there, just the value isn't there. So they decided you rebrand it, and then they get to take these numbers of everybody who subscribed to Xbox Live and just add that to the numbers in their financial reports, and it's just going to look way better, because this is essentially what PlayStation does too, right? With their PlayStation Plus, they take all of their lowest tier, add it into their PlayStation Plus subscription numbers, and it makes it look like it's a way bigger number than, I mean, it really truly is for like the PlayStation Plus larger catalog that they have.
Yes, yeah, it allows them to lump that all together and make it flex it way bigger than what it what it actually is. Like those numbers, if you actually broke them down, it would be interesting to see. But they won't do that.
No.
Much like Sony's not going to do that, because it doesn't look as sexy as coming out and being like, "Hey, we have 100 million users" or something. It's like as soon as you start breaking it down, being like, "Well, we've actually got 2 million Game Pass Core users," and it's like it just doesn't have that zing.
30 million Game Pass subscribers to 100 million in no time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It'll look good. It'll look good for shareholders, I'm sure, when they see stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Sour, what's your take on this? So obviously, like they're changing things up a little bit. There's some weird disparity on a couple of these tiers. What's your thoughts on this? Like, do you think they should have maybe like reconsidered how they set up some of these tiers? Because it just seems like a weird disparity, not having the multiplayer, like what Plume was mentioning, and having some of that price difference.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I'm a cowboy.
Oh, sweet
Nah,
Jesus.
Oh my good lord.
just went around. Oh man. Sorry, what was the question?
Sourblow's hanging out too much with Shaddai and making bad jokes.
Sour's busy looking
Yep.
looking at
I was
his,
trying.
his face and butt reflections in the
Yep.
in the cars. He's right
course.
there next to Crazy.
Different-
No, I want your take on this situation. So obviously, again, like we were talking about, it makes a lot of sense as to why they would change this, make it uniform as Game Pass. But do you think they should have maybe considered like tweaking some of these tiers? Because obviously, like the breakdown on these things are a little off-putting on one or two of them, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
with lack of multiplayer and stuff like that.
I personally, I seen this. I had a little discussion with Ask Up in Twitter, and here's what I think. I think for us, the gamers, it makes no sense. However, I do see where for Microsoft, it kind of made sense for them business wise, because at the end of the day, what they want you is to upgrade to the higher tier, which is Game Pass Ultimate. Now it's up to what I would say is up to us, the gamers, to do the same thing that happened last time when Xbox Live they were trying to put the prices up. Let them know
Mhm.
that we don't like this, and hopefully, they will listen to us and they will make the changes that needs to be done. But I can see why they're doing it. I have heard this makes no sense. It makes no sense for us, but for them it does make sense. That's what I kind of lean on this whole topic. But like you guys been saying, it's about time this happened. I do think this is gonna definitely look good in terms of Game Pass user. It's also gonna make it easier, I would say, for new users, because like if you're new into like the Xbox ecosystem, when anyone wants to play multiplayer, what the people are gonna basically just tell them, you need Game Pass to play multiplayer. So everything's gonna be about Game Pass. Oh, you want to play a bunch of games at a lower price? Get Game Pass. You want to play free multiplayer? Instead of saying you need Xbox Live Gold, you need Game Pass. You want to play in the cloud? Game Pass. So everything is going to be focused toward Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. And then, hopefully when they announce the family plan also, that's going to be something else that's going to be added. And, let's see how the tiers evolve too when they announce that, because that hopefully that should be coming soon.
Yeah, that actually is one of the things, to be honest, like we have been talking about games with gold going away for a long time. I don't know if I really expected this iteration of it
Yeah.
as much, right? Like I kind of expected they were going to be like, hey, the multiplayer paywall is gone. You can now play multiplayer without having this specific connection. I think the thing I expected the most right now is just the family pass, right? I expected at this point we were going to hear something about that sooner than like this type of conversion. Um, Crazy. What's your thought on this? And do you think we're going to see Family Pass this year?
They said that they canceled the beta for this year and they're gonna recollect the data and see how it goes, and then probably later on they will announce it. But for this year, they work on it fast. Since they got the whole Activision Blizz thing going on till October. I don't think so. It could be, probably. Well, I don't think it could be announced by probably for Jeff Keighley's show, probably. But I don't think it will be announced for this year. And my thoughts on this whole on gold switching to core. Sourblow was talking about price on the price race, right? Right.
Mhm.
Here's the thing though, Sour. If you pay 60 like you pay for gold, you're still paying for your core. If you
I
paid,
didn't. Wait
you
a
didn't see
minute.
that, right?
Wait a minute. I did not talk about prices. Where are
I
you
think you
getting
flipped
this?
it around.
What
No,
are
you
you
were
trying
you
to
were ta-
do?
you mentioned that how they were raising prices, that the people like they got mad at, back in the day for they were trying to make it 220 the gold and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to what I'm telling you is that you still have the option to pay 60, because I was confused at the beginning. I said the same thing. Remember when I saw that, I was like, man, they're raising it to 120. Nobody's saying anything, because last time they raised it to 120, everybody came over them and tried to put the like torches, flames, and everything just came out of nowhere. But now they're showing this and nobody's saying anything. But then when I read, I was like, oh, the $60 clause is still there. So here's what I think though, and to be honest, this is how they should play. This is how they should do it, right? You already have Game Pass on PC for $10. I don't know what does Game Pass at
11. 11.
11. Okay, 11, right? 11. What does Game Pass on PC give you? Does it give you EA Player? No, it doesn't, right?
Yes, it
Does it?
does.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. So
Right.
you get the Game Pass library. It's got EA access in there as well.
So I tell you yes as well. Okay, so here's my thing though. If you're gonna do this on console, just fuse the damn Game Pass, the simple Game Pass, right, with this Game Pass core. Fuse it all together. Charge 11, and give multiplayer and for the all the Game Pass games that are on there, except for EA. If you want to get EA, pay the 15. You know. That would be that would be an option. And of course, do a year thing because that's something that people I will that's something I prefer. I prefer paying, a cheaper price for a whole year than pay a monthly thing because that's something I want them to do. I mean, instead of paying like, for example, I want to pay $180. Why don't I just pay like what 130, 120, or 140 for the whole year? I would gladly pay that. You know, pay that for like a whole year or something like that. Or I would gladly pay that. So that way, I don't have to be, waiting for those. I would save, what is it, 80 more dollars, $70 more dollars? Yeah, I would save $60 more dollars, I mean. So that's what I would do. I mean, it's better than that. But hey,
You know,
just putting the simple core thing is just nonsense, really. Just fuse it up and just make it one package.
Lou, you actually said something that I agree with you. Hopefully, this is what you said. Hopefully,
All
I'm
right,
not
go
sure,
for
but
it.
having two tiers, that's what you mean, instead of
Yeah.
the third one,
The third
and
one, yeah, just make it two tiers.
just
Fuse,
make it two tier.
yeah, and if you want
That's
to get
actually not bad.
That's actually not
Yeah.
bad. For example, you're not giving the EA games on the simple tier, right? But give us what you were giving in gold. Give us 2 games a month in that tier, and that's it. People will be
No,
happy.
well, I don't think they wanted to continue with those, and I don't think we actually cared about those 2 games.
Because they weren't that good. That's why
Yeah.
they put, what was it, Minx, Jinx, Dinks. I don't remember what the hell the game was called, but they put that game so many times on gold.
Blinks.
Blinks, yes, Blinks. Is it Blinks?
Links,
Hey.
dinks, binks.
Blinks the time
I don't
stealer.
know. I don't remember. But anyways, let me hop on to super chats. And Mr. Dark put a super chat earlier because you're talking about Chuck Norris, and he put a two amazing dollar super chats which says Louis would attempt a roundhouse kick and fail. Dark, let me tell you something. When I was a
Oh, oh God,
young
here we
lad,
go.
a young lad, I took karate, I took judo. Man, I'm telling you, I can do a perfect roundhouse kick. You'll see.
Did
You'll see.
wait? Did you take all those classes from your next door neighbor?
For my next door neighbor, no, no, no. I actually went to karate school. I got my butt kicked a couple times, but yeah. But either way,
Sourblow,
I was good.
Sourblow,
I
let
was
me
good in
tell you.
judo. I even beat my sensei. True story. I even beat my sensei. I knocked him down a couple times in judo. He after that he kicked my ass though. But
I'm
yeah,
sure, like the 150 beers.
I'm not.
Sourblow,
That's a true
I
story.
was trained by Chuck Norris, okay?
And also, we got a $20 super chat from Sawyer Hopkins, which we know who he is. And it says, "Why is the crazy guy sweating so much? And why isn't he in the timeout yet? What? So, what do you want me to time out? Seriously, why? What did I do to you, man? Oh, man.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
man.
Ooh,
But yeah, but
and there you have it.
the timeout. Yep. So,
I thought you fixed your AC, Louis.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah,
But
didn't you just move into a new place?
yeah, I moved. I don't have nothing yet though. I still got a couple things to do. I'm remodeling next week. Finally, damn, I want to get that through. But either way, though, let's not talk about that. But yes,
Okay.
like I was saying about the tiers, give us, just make it too simple. I don't understand why they're trying to make this whole PlayStation tier because PlayStation has like 5 or 6 tiers already, or 20 tiers. I don't
Yeah.
even know what the hell kind of tiers they have. It's annoying.
Consolidate it down, make it less confusing, make it less aggravating to go through the different ones. Like, you don't have to have that many different options. There's got to be an easier way than this. Like,
That's why I think like this all is just a business move at the end of the day. Just because everyone on gold is automatically transferred over to core, so they don't have to think about anything. Everyone's just going to continue doing what they're doing, and nobody's going to know that anything changed. And then they get to report these bigger numbers. It's the same thing that PlayStation did with the PS Plus tier, so that they can start reporting their subscriptions as higher.
yeah.
So I think it's all
Yeah.
just a business move.
Here's how it goes. All right, this I'm looking for PlayStation Plus Essential, that's the basic tier, right? So
Yeah.
this is where it gets annoying, right? United States, you got to pay $10 a month, right? And I'm still in jail. Take that damn jail thing off. Then $25 if you want to pay it quarterly, and then $60 yearly. Okay, so now we move to PlayStation Plus Extra. We have $15 monthly, $40 quarterly, and $100 yearly, right? And then we go for PlayStation Plus Premium, which is $17 a month, $50 quarterly, and 120 yearly. You see, it's so much stuff. Just make it a monthly or yearly. Okay, that's it. You don't have to make the quarterly. That's just annoying, for Christ's sakes.
I
Same
The
don't
thing.
issue,
I don't agree with that.
the issue though is that again, like console, you're not getting online access.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. And that's another thing that's wrong, right? I'm gonna pay the simple Game Pass, which okay is $11, but I'm not getting the online. So I have to pay $15 to get the online too. Seriously, just fuse it up and just pay the simple $11 and give me the online also. Because hey, if I'm PC, I'm paying $11, and I understand that PC gives me the access to EA, all that stuff. Okay, cool. And on console, all right, I know I won't get the access to EA, but at least, I will get the online. I will be happy to pay those $11.
So
Damn.
I. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Plum.
No, no, no.
I was gonna say, to be fair, the price of Ultimate, I guess, what is it, $2 more than the price of the second tier of PlayStation Plus? Because you
It's
said 15
five.
bucks.
It's five. It's 16 now. It went up $5 more. Was it?
No, but how much is the extra tier on PlayStation Plus?
Oh, PlayStation Plus, it's 120 a year, and it's monthly. Wait, give me a second. I had. Oh, where was it? Where did I put it at? Oh Lord, here it is. Sorry about it. For monthly, it's $17, $18 actually. Two more dollars than the Game Pass.
Yeah, and it's not the same value. I mean, Game Pass Ultimate is much more value than the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, just because of day one stuff, right? And EA Play that you get access to. So to be fair, it's a very good tier. It's like if you're looking at it and you're somebody who just wants everything, I don't see how you wouldn't want to just switch over to Game Pass Ultimate if you're somebody who uses the ecosystem that much and you play on PC as well.
Yeah, that's the thing though. But if you just own a PC, of course you're gonna pay the $10. And same thing if you have your own console, right? If you're gonna just put fusion it all up, I mean, put it all together for $11 and have that option for 11 if nobody wants to pay for the ultimate. That's it. Now they want to pay for the ultimate, then they pay for the ultimate, but fuse it up so they can play online, and they'll be happy to pay that money. It's just one more dollar, a dollar extra. That's it, compared to the
What
other one.
am I gonna have to ask the question?
Ask
Yep.
it.
What if they're just trying to push console players to move to PC and cloud?
I mean, I feel like, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like they've kind of been giving us that conditioning over the last
Mm-hmm.
little bit, right? Is like, well, Starfield, it's 30 frames per second on the console. That's our creative vision is what we were going with on that one. But you can play it higher than that on a PC. Um,
Well,
of
it's
which
different because the
is it?
creative vision on
The
PC it's much
it's
different.
the creative vision is different from PC to console. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they've been conditioning us a bit for the last little bit to be like, well, you want better. It's like the PCMR guys are always saying, anyways, right? It's like, well, you want a better experience, play on the PC. It's like, okay, well, that's great.
You just
I
have
want
a,
to see how many FPS is this gonna be able to run Starfield.
It'll be interesting to watch for sure. You and I can both test that.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun stream to do. Plume, you were gonna say something.
Was I? I forget now.
I think so. You had a look on your face. Maybe not.
I forget. All I know is with the console thing, if they are doing that, they've bamboozled everyone because they've said that the console is still the core of Xbox and that they're focused on it, and that would just be really shitty because a lot of people out there still today prefer console over PC, and it's like the entry point to play these games.
Mhm.
If you're gonna get started, like my PC's not gonna run Starfield at 4K 60 or anything like that, but if you want to run Starfield at 4K 60, you're paying like $2,000 at least probably for like a good rig to be able to do it. So
damn.
I'd be curious. Like it's going to be an interesting thing when we see people benchmark that one and
Also, I-
see.
Also, I think in Canadian dollars, so maybe a little less in US dollars.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It will be a little more. But I would be curious. I am curious to see like
Yeah.
what type of realistically what type of min
So,
spec system you're going to have on that to
so,
get some of that higher quality.
so, quick question to you guys: do you guys actually think they will actually do release the family plan, or do you think they will not?
I th- I th- I think they will, but I thought I read something. I don't know if I was
Yeah,
dreaming
because
this, but I
it's
thought I read something that they like stopped testing it or something or
yeah,
whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
I Crazy mentioned something to that which I didn't see, so maybe I just didn't read into it enough, and if that's the case, my bad. But I did see exactly like what you're saying, Plume, where like they stopped the testing on it, but
yeah,
they had said that they're going to go back and they're basically going to use the information that they've taken from these tests and assess their steps moving forward.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't hear anything about them like canceling anything.
no,
yeah,
no. It says here they've stopped it, and the new plan will be discontinued on August 15th in all participating countries.
yeah,
So it's
So
interesting. I'd like to be a fly on the wall for those meetings to see like how that turned out for him, because I'd assume it was a net positive in general. Like people were jazzed about it, but you don't hear anything, and I'm sure that's probably because of NDAs for people who are using it.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Probably because of the I was about to say NBAs, but it's NDAs. Yeah, my bad.
I think the problem that they run into is that they're just right now in the middle of purchasing Activision Blizzard, and they supposedly want to continue to make more purchase. And then if you add this family plan, like how do you price it knowing that you're gonna continue to make purchase? You just made a $70 billion dollar purchase. You also have to like take that into account in order to recuperate your money back. It would be perfect for us gamers because like I want to plan, at least I want a plan where I can at least add two other consoles or so my sons can play with me. But let's see what they do. But hopefully they come up with something.
Yeah. I hope so because that family plan idea was pretty cool. So let's cross fingers and let's see what comes out of that whole idea and everything they brought into their hands. From studying
Yeah.
that beat. Yeah. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Well, Sour, if I remember correctly, I believe you actually have something to talk about now, unlike when I accidentally tried to hand you the ball earlier.
Yeah. This time around, well, it comes around almost every episode. It should actually. It's just that sometimes we kind of want to avoid it, but sometimes it's too big not to talk about it. But we got more ABK information. So
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the automatic mop I got, but okay, that's big. But
the
okay,
who?
the
Wait,
automatic
the what?
the automatic mop. I bought an automatic mop to mop the floor, but that's big news. But okay, let's keep going.
a mop, an
That's
automatic
big
mop.
move. That's big
Yeah,
move. That's a big news in your house. 'Cause
That's
yeah,
that's big news for him because it's the new toy that his boss got him
yes.
yeah.
this week.
Are you the automatic mop, Louis?
What?
Are you the automatic mop whenever the boss needs it done?
He is.
Uh,
Oh
He's
yes,
like
he is.
sitting there just like mopping the kitchen. He's like, Sourblow, I curse your name for saying that I'm gonna be the mop.
He's like mop, mop, mop. Anyway, so we got that. Sony finally agreed to a Call of Duty deal with Microsoft. After we heard the famous quote from Jim Ryan, "I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger." But it seems it came around. So with the deal about to close, Sony saw the light. Uh, you know, Saw the light and signed the deal. And this specific deal is for 10 years, and it's only for Call of Duty, surprisingly. So they did not get the same deal that Nintendo got, which Nintendo will include other games. So there's a possibility that PlayStation could miss out on any future Tony Hawk game, Spyro game, Crash Bandicoot, etc. Like there's a lot of IPs there that they can miss out. all the Activisions and all the Blizzards games. So I don't know, Lou. Do you have the poll ready?
Yes, it is. I just gotta post it.
So let me start with Silent Cypher, and I'm gonna ask this to the chat also. Did Jim Ryan take the best deal for PlayStation gamers, or what was it? Was it the best deal maybe for Sony, not for the gamers?
Sour, the best deal came and went a while ago when they looked at it and they're like, no, we don't want that crap. We don't want that. Get out of here.
Yep.
Dude, it is. I talked about this a little bit when I was on the show this weekend with King, when we were hanging out with Retri and Web Dave. Shout out to those guys. We were talking about that, and it's one of those things where it's just like they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to get a good deal on this, and anything that they agreed on at that point, we hadn't heard that it was official yet. But it's one of those things where it's like they literally shot themselves in the foot on that, because anything that Microsoft offered after that, they could start dialing back and they could be like, well, we offered you a deal in the past and you threw a fit about it, and you stuck your feet in the mud and you threw a big fit. You made a big deal of this. We're going to dictate what you're going to get moving forward. And as far as this goes, like, they're lucky they got a deal. I would say, because I don't know if necessarily they had to do a deal. It seems like at this point they could have technically closed without offering Sony a deal, but they did it to basically, go a little bit over the top to look like they're being team players, right? Like being cooperative and being willing to work with other folks as well. This deal didn't even have to happen, and this deal is obviously the shortened version of what they could have gotten originally. Now, do I think they're going to make a bunch of those games exclusive and they won't go to PlayStation? I don't know about that, but I do think we're going to see some stuff over time that'll come out that will not be in the PlayStation ecosystem, just for the fact that they were offered the deal. They threw a big fit about it. They delayed things. They cost a lot of time and money just doing all this stuff. I would not be surprised if we saw a few repercussions from this in the future. I think it kind of almost goes to the same way we were talking about in the past, where this is almost like this is a smidge of that, like, worst case scenario, like that scorched earth scenario, right? It's like, yeah, Sony got a deal, but they only got a deal for Call of Duty. And now Microsoft can do a lot. And they could be as petty with it as they want to, or they could be willing to actually throw them a bone if they want to. But they're not obligated. And I think that's the key to this. They're not obligated to play ball with them if they have something that's fire and they want to keep it in their ecosystem.
Yeah, and well, the Fifth Horseman's real quick crazy. I'm gonna pitch it to you. So the Fifth Horseman says, I heard that Sony is also trying to pull out of the remaining deal of Call of Duty for 2023. So this year's Call of Duty, since they don't want to put any more of their basically publicity money in a game that no longer will be associated with PlayStation. Do you think this is a smart approach for them to not invest that money and just, I guess, close that deal before it ends, or what's your take on that?
That's my take on that. My take is Jim is being a Louis. That's my take. Seriously, he's being worse than me. I mean, literally, I never seen a guy that is. I'm not trying to be. I'm not gonna try to sound fanboyish, but as a businessman, he sucks. I'm sorry, guys. He sucks. Seriously, he does suck. He's not a good businessman. Why is not a good businessman? Because here's the thing with PlayStation and these consoles, right? You got to look at this on both ways. You got to look at this with love, and then you got to look at this with money.
With love.
With love.
With
You gotta,
love.
yeah. If you don't love the product, and all you want to do is just make money off of it, then you're not showing any love. That's the truth.
Love.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it? Yeah.
I'd argue with it too. Is like people were asking. Sorry, crazy. Sorry, I jumped right in, but I would argue like a bunch of people were saying like, oh, well, Jim Ryan's not going to get removed because of this performance. But I would say a lot of people are probably not very happy with him at Sony right now because he did not get the deal that they
No,
were originally offered.
no.
And I think that will bear bad on him as
And
time goes on.
and this is something that even King talked about, and I totally agree with him. Ever since this man, right? Ever since this man, Sean Layden left, they put Jimbo on, right? Jimbo came on, Jimbo grabbed this thing, okay, cool. But he's not doing the job he has to do. Sean Layden had love for games, had love for gamers, and had love for the console. Jim just wants to make money off of it. That's all he wants.
I disagree with you guys. I think Jim Ryan is the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, right.
He's bringing PlayStation games to more gamers.
Yep,
He's
he
bringing
is.
it to PC.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
opening up the avenues,
By putting it in
to different
three years
places.
later, and everybody's
he's-
saying that's a good thing.
and
Yeah.
he's making more different type of games. He's making live
Oh,
service games and all
oh
that.
wow.
Jim Ryan is
Last of Us 2
my
remastered.
man.
Sure.
He is
We were
my
getting
man.
we were getting a Horizon for what was it for not Zero Dawn remaster too. Wow, really?
The undesirable
The
edition.
ones- exactly. I mean,
Hey,
what the heck is
last-
going on?
The Last of Us 2 is getting a remaster. Or
Not
something.
only that, he shut down Sony Japan Studios, which had so much great games to do. I mean,
Crazy. He's giving you a whole bunch of games as service. Like, be
bullshit.
grateful.
Well,
Jesus.
what do I be grateful for him for that? I mean, they got to stick. What happens if they don't stick? What happens if they're not that good as these service games? Because service games are hard.
Crazy,
Hard
you-
to make people.
You don't
like.
believe in generations?
I don't believe
Come
in
on,
Jim
man.
Ryan. I don't believe in Jim Ryan. I don't believe in Jim. I'm sorry, I don't
I
believe in
believe
Jim.
I believe Jim's old enough that he's been around for a lot of generations.
I thought
Plug.
Everything Jim Ryan's done. Yeah, maybe I'm being biased, but I can't think of anything he's done in the last number of years where his hand hasn't been forced to do it. Like he hasn't come up with anything original. He's had
exactly.
to adjust to his competition. He hasn't been out in front of the competition where since 2017, I would say Xbox has always been a step ahead, and it had to have been because they were so far behind. But now, as we're going forward into subscription and cloud and opening up ecosystems and not locking them down, Jim Ryan has had to literally adjust to his competitors and never done hasn't done anything in a while that where you're like, wow, PlayStation is going to be out in front because of this. So
Yeah, and here's the funny thing: they invested first in cloud gaming than anybody. They were pretty much the first ones that invested in this thing. Seriously, Sony was pretty much the first one that invested in cloud gaming, and they did not go forward. Why? Because they were having a financial problem. I understand that. Okay, they had a financial problem between 2013 to I think it was 2018. They were literally having a really bad financial problem. Okay, but hey, you guys made the investment. You guys have not sat down. You guys have not looked at it till this year because you're seeing how things are moving forward. You're seeing how Game Pass is doing its things and everything. And yet you guys still have not sat down and come up with something original. Some I don't know. That they just seriously I get aggravated the way it's being handled now. And Sony, and here's the thing though, Jim made it sound like without Call of Duty, Sony cannot survive. Jim, if you look down to PlayStation 2 era, I'm sorry, you gotta look down to the past because sometimes looking down to the past can give you ideas to make your future forward better. Go a little bit down to the past and see what happened in PlayStation 2. I mean, you guys sold 212 million consoles, and that's something. How did you sell it? Because you guys had great games, and all we want is for you to sit down, talk to your developers, and make freaking great games. I mean, how many of us want SOCOM? Raise your hand. I mean, I'm one of them on SOCOM. A lot of people, even on chat, I bet you a lot of people want SOCOM back. We want Resistance. We want Infamous. We want tons of good games that you guys have. You guys have such an awesome library. You can come back and you guys can make your console awesome. Because here's the thing. Oh, we could. How does it sound British? We. Oh,
Don't,
we.
don't even do it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. Oh,
Don't do it.
we cannot survive without
No,
Call of
that's
Duty. Without. I don't
time
care.
out,
If
Louis.
it's,
This is
I don't
amazing.
care. I don't care if it's horrible. But hey, let me
I
say
don't-
something. I gotta say something about that. Nintendo never had Call of Duty. Look how they're doing. Look how they are doing. Jesus, play, come back. That's what we want.
Jim Ryan came in because we started. He was the head in 2019 is when he took over.
Yeah,
So
he
PS
took
Now
Jim.
launched. PS Now launched like 2014 or something like that. Jim Ryan came in at a point where it was like you can tell he's looking at the business. He's looking at PlayStation and how far ahead they were from Xbox, and he's sitting there thinking, "Well, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to be as conservative as possible in how we're doing our business because we don't really need to do anything." Not expecting Xbox to be like wake up and start spending all the money that they are spending, and now they're playing catch up. I would say for the next number of years, especially with the Activision Blizzard deal, I don't see how they're going to be able to provide a service as valuable as Game Pass with basically falling behind in that part of gaming.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, Plume. And I said this before and I'll say this again. There is always someone out there who can do something better. And that's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, there's always somebody that can compete.
That can
But what I'm saying here is that like PlayStation had a chance. I would say if they were more forward thinking and they weren't so far ahead, it was almost like being so far ahead of Xbox with the console side of things kind of hurt them for the future of gaming. Which, I mean, with technology advancing, you have the cloud and you have subscription. It was just a matter of time before this was going to be what we were getting, and they just didn't really move on it until what, last year or so, when they redid their PlayStation Plus stuff and started with their new tiers, and now they're going ahead with the games as a service. I mean, it shouldn't have taken them now to start realizing that, hey, we need to have some multiplayer games as a service games in our ecosystem to be able to compete with the big boys in gaming. But
I'll say two things tied into that, right? Is like, one, I find it very interesting that the original argument from them was that they wanted competition and they were all for competition, blah, blah, blah. These are the guys that bought out on Live and closed them down, right? So what? You wanted competition so you could just buy them and close them down so that way no one could compete? That's a weird approach. But the other thing that I will give with that is like, it's like we've talked about before and you guys just touched on, but Sony is back to like a level of arrogance that they were in when they were in the PC or PS3 era, where it's like there's no real concern because they were already like at the top of the world. They were happy with where they were at because their competitor was stumbling, and they weren't concerned with making, like tactical decisions. And so Jim Ryan came in at a time where he had already had someone already lay the foundation for what things could be and what it would be for a while. And he came in and he got complacent because he was like, oh, this crap drives itself. This thing's like on autopilot. I don't have to do anything. And now he's starting to see that like he can't just hang out and just be there to collect the paycheck. He's got to actually do some stuff. But there's been that arrogance up until now where it's like, we're Sony, you're going to buy it anyways. I feel like that's the same arrogance as to why we got that stupid Q light. It's like you look at that thing and that is completely outdated as far as tech goes and where we're at right now.
I mean, literally, I think we were just gonna fly a drone soon or something because that looks like a damn drone controller. No joke. I mean, literally, it's gotta have. I hope it has Bluetooth so I can connect it to my drone and fly it around.
Crazy. I feel like you have drone stock because you've been really talking heavy about drones.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like. That controller looks like a drone controller when you're flying your drone to take pictures and everything.
This episode brought to you by Crazy Louie Drones. Buy your Crazy Louie drone right now.
Yes.
And they should have. I wish they would have just released like a PS Vita 2 instead of that.
Exactly. And that was something. I was saying I would prefer better a handheld for themselves because right now handhelds are in a good place right now. People are buying handhelds. I mean, Silent got a handheld. Silent did not love handhelds, and he got a handheld. Sourblow, he pretty much, I don't know what he has, but I don't care. But Sourblow's got something. Plume has every handheld that there exists, and every.
But you know what's the problem with handhelds?
What?
You can't do this.
What?
Can't play like this.
Oh, you can't blow? Oh, okay. Blow on the controller? Okay.
Like hold the controller like that.
Oh, yeah, that Jim holds it. It blows in it too. Yeah, I know. But either way, though, He should have made another Vita or something, not another PSP, because PSPs were great. And you should have linked it with the console where you can play anywhere. I mean, you guys would have done that. You would have kicked butt in the handheld section. But no, he just want, like you said, you want to play it safe. You got this in autopilot. Let's just bring what we have and screw everything else. Let's close down. What's this guy's name? Oh man, the guys who did and they had actually a good idea. That would have been a great game. They would have brought it out. Oh my God, Days Gone. The guys who did Days Gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they had a really good idea to bring in a co-op game. I mean, can you imagine? I would have been damn when I heard that I was like, holy crap, a PlayStation game with co-op.
Yeah.
I was wow. I was amazed. That's a great idea. Instead of
Well,
single player, it would have been fun.
why do that when you can save millions of dollars and just remaster the same game for the third time?
So,
Right?
so yeah, millions of my ass. But here's the thing though, right? If you're gonna invest on the service thing and you want to keep it safe, just freaking invest in Epic like you've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years, and just keep cashing in from Fortnite. That's what you should have done.
I think they did invest it in
They
Epic.
did invest in Epic. They put a lot of
Yeah,
money in Epic. So
but
if you want to play it safe, now you want to risk it, because here's the thing with service games, right? There's a tons of good service games out there, but not a lot of them hit like Fortnite, like PUBG, like Call of Duty. Because what got Call of Duty into service, and let's be honest, it was PUBG. PUBG was kicking his butt, and then Fortnite came along. And Fortnite kicked all of them butts, and that's the
They
truth.
they were very much different games
Yeah,
though.
yeah, they were
Like
different games,
Call
but
of Duty had a bunch of different game types.
yeah.
Fortnite, like if we saw the most reactionary response from Fortnite,
Yeah.
because Fortnite wasn't even a battle royale at the
Mhm.
time, and then you got Donald Mustard and co basically like came in there and they're like, look at that PUBG,
Yeah.
this is some pretty good stuff, we should copy that. I'm honestly surprised they didn't get some sort of lawsuit thrown at them, just
No, no.
because like the DNA is so obvious where it came
Hey,
from.
you see, even Sourblow mentioned Shadow of Colossus. That was from Japan Studios. They should have come up with
Yep.
another Shadow of Colossus.
Gravity
Legend,
Rush.
Legend of
Ico,
Dragoon. Legend of
Ico,
Dragoon was from Japan Studios, and he shut it down. That should have been a game that should have been remade. It should have been. They should have made a remake of that game and put it on PS5. I mean, that would have sold like hell. Ton.
I I think it shows. I think it shows. If anything, it shows us that his responses are not coming from the Sony responses are not coming from a gamer,
No, it
right?
comes from a businessman.
It's a
You've got
business.
Jim who sees those numbers and he's like, no, cut the
yeah.
fat, like get
Yeah.
this out of here.
Yeah.
And then like later on, he's like, why don't we have as many games? Like, well, because you just closed you
Yeah.
closed the dev studios. He's like, well,
Oh.
where else am I going to find the money? It's like just his is very reactionary to the numbers, and then you look at like Microsoft, where a lot of those guys are actually gamers. You see it in the behaviors with some of the acquisitions that we've seen over the last handful of years.
Yeah, I also think that on the other side, because of the mistakes that Xbox have done, they had to adjust. And what they did is, we can't compete the same way you guys are, are kind of like doing your business. So they kind of changed the business, and I don't think PlayStation was expecting all of this. So I think that also kind of grabbed them by surprise, especially with, like for example, starting with the two SKUs of console. I don't think they were expecting the lower end Series
Yep.
S, which a lot of people critique it, but at the end of the day, it's probably the reason why Xbox isn't more far behind this generation in terms of console sales.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have, for example, things that they did like the All Access, which for some people they were able to jump into this generation because of that, new initiative. which, down the line, I feel like they should push that a little bit more. They don't
They
talk
did
up.
not support it enough. No,
Yeah,
honestly, like they should have been advertising and marketing that place or that
yeah,
all over the place, and they didn't.
yeah. I
It
told
sucked.
my boss' son
Mhm.
not too long ago. I told him about the all access, and he was surprised. He was like, "Wait, what? You can do that?" So
Yeah,
yeah, it's things that a lot of people don't know, and you have, of course, Game Pass with all the day ones, etc. And in a way, they're kind of changing things because if things keep kind of moving on their side, if Game Pass keeps picking up, especially now with the whole tier things changing it up, the whole numbers, the Activision Blizzard thing, it's gonna get to a point where developers and studios, they're gonna think about it when they have a game, instead of locking the game to the PlayStation console, why not making a deal with Game Pass where you're not locking the game, you're actually having more access to more people playing it, and you can still sell it on the PlayStation, you can still sell it on a PC, etc. So I feel like they are changing the way the business work. I feel PlayStation knows it, and that's why they were against this deal, and they're gonna have to adapt. The problem is that they cannot move at the same pace that Microsoft does because
yep.
of obviously
He, he, oh, you finished, Sour?
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say. So here's the thing, though, Sour, and this is what Sony is scared of, right? What Sony is scared of, since they are number one, pretty much they are number one, and they know they're number one.
They're
They
scared of number three.
no, I'm saying number one, number one in the console side of things, because right now number one in gaming business is Tencent. You look for it, it literally tells you number one is Tencent, and guess who Tencent has on their side? Sean Layden. But either way, let's continue. So, what Sony's scared about, Sourblow, is they are afraid to lose all that dominance, all that power they have, especially on making deals. Giving Xbox Call of Duty, giving Xbox that power is gonna give also developers a power to negotiate with Sony, which before they could have had it, but it wasn't as good as they wanted to be. Because if you remember down the line, you saw anonymous things coming out from developers saying, hey, we want this to happen because for us, it would be a way for us to negotiate and to put our games in a better place. And that's something that they want. So basically,
Let me help you real quick,
all
crazy,
right, go
and
for it.
you can continue. Cause
Go for it.
okay, I think what he's trying to say is, guys, that before, since Sony was the market leader,
Hmm.
they had all the chips on their side,
Exactly.
and they kind of they called how the deals were gonna be done. But
Yeah.
now, because of Game Pass, developers are able to, you
Not
know,
game, not Game Pass, because Xbox actually
well,
getting in the competition, because Game Pass was helping, but
well
not
that,
just
yeah.
now, because right now they are going to get into competition. Right now they're going to play it hard. So when
So
they come,
wait a minute. I'm trying to help you, and you're
okay,
bashing me.
I'm not bashing you. I'm just saying you're
No,
running
I'm
Game Pass,
just
but
kidding.
no,
Keep
no.
going.
Turning on you.
But yeah,
Yeah, I know, man.
but Game Pass does help. But hey, grabbing this company, especially, is going to help them with publicity, which is something that they actually do need. We all know that Microsoft needs a massive publicity thing for them to make their games more publicly, for us to see it like PlayStation does it. And man, telling you, they're actually going to have a good way to compete, and developers will come and have a good negotiation with them, and then they're going to go negotiate with Sony, because right now Sony is going to sit down and negotiate now in order to get the good stuff on their side, because man, it's going to be tough on them. Before, it was easy because hey, we're number one, hey, we sell the most console, and this is what we want, this is what we have in pen and paper. If you like it, you sign. If you don't, then hey, I'll give it to another person. That's what they do. Basically, that's what they do. Now
Plume been,
they got
been pretty
options.
quiet. Plume, you got the closing, the
Yeah.
the closing. What is it? Wait, what's the word? I can't get it. But the
The-
closing arguments. There you go.
well, I guess I mean, May 2022 is when Phil Spencer told Jim Ryan, "Hey, we have this deal for you
Yeah.
to get all Activision Blizzard games staying on PlayStation and future games." And Jim turned that down, and then he signs a deal that seemingly is worse from a games perspective. I just don't know what the numbers are like. Like, does it really mean that much to PlayStation if they don't get some of these smaller games? Because we know how much money Call of Duty brings in, but it is definitely a worse deal for PlayStation gamers. The question I guess I would ask is he going to survive this? Because I think it felt like his entire job and his entire legacy of PlayStation was on the line to try to get this deal blocked, and obviously that has failed. Is PlayStation, are they going to be are Sony going to be happy with him? Is he going to survive this? And maybe it could be coming up to the end of Jim Ryan. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't think he's going to stick around for long, to be honest. It's like you said, right? Is like his basically his position, his job was to make it difficult for Microsoft and prevent this thing from going through. He failed that. What else is he doing? Honestly, like, anyone know? What else is he doing right now? What is he actually bringing besides a Q light?
Nothing. I don't see nothing. I mean, the PS5 Slim.
How many PlayStation games are coming out this holiday season?
Yeah,
One.
just one.
Just one.
What's on the queue for the next couple of years? What's lined up? All
A
we
lot.
know is these games as a service. We know early on with all this stuff, just based on what we've seen as trends and like how he's behaved. He threw a fit and he tried to stall this out as much as possible. What it feels like is he's trying to hold out as long as possible and trying to make this thing delay so that way he at least has a retort somewhat near the timing when this thing goes through. But even then, I don't think you're going to have games as service ready to drop around the time that this launches. I don't think they have a lot in the salvo, right? Like there's not a lot of answers to what Microsoft is doing right now. And so it makes you ask the question of like, well, what's Jim Ryan doing right now then?
Unless if it makes Phone Stars a wet teacher contest, and that would be a pretty cool live service game for us.
You know, I don't hate to be there. I don't like to be mean to the
I don't
folks
like
in
to
the
be mean.
chat.
I know.
I don't hate to be mean. I love it. I don't like to be mean to folks in the chat. But dang it, Dark. I forgot about that game until you brought it up a few minutes ago in the chat. I don't appreciate you bringing that game back to my attention. I was very happy with that not being in my mind anymore. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you guys
Foam stars.
don't
Enjoy
you
it.
guys don't know what you're talking about.
No,
When the games start coming day one PC, that's the big accomplishment that Jim's gonna do for us, the gamers.
Yeah, but what's so again? It goes back. I mean, I know you're joking. I know you're jesting.
No, I'm serious. Jim for
but
president.
Let's be honest.
I want that.
It's like, okay, so you got Spiderman that will potentially come. Like, it's not going to be day one, I don't think, because I think we would have heard that by now.
That will happen eventually.
If Spider-Man was coming day one.
No, not that one.
But so what comes as day one? Games as a service. Okay, so you got 12 of those, and inevitably, maybe 5 to 10% of those will actually survive. So you've got 1 to 2 games, maybe from the games as a service, that will actually survive.
I'll tell you.
And who knows if they're any good?
Spider-Man 3 will be day one.
Damn,
Spider-Man 3 in 26, 27?
2032 probably.
Like, because you got to figure that like those guys have been working Spider-Man nonstop. Like they got to get a second to actually have a break to make like an actual drastic change
on Wolverine.
Wolverine's
yeah, that's right. So when does that come?
Mm-hmm. We haven't seen nothing about Wolverine.
2025,
2025, 2024. But Sour. Here's the thing, though. The other day, I think it was. I remember I read it. I read it somewhere, but it did not come from Jim Ryan's mouth. I read it somewhere that they said we are going to release PC games a year after they release on PlayStation.
I think it was actually from Jim.
That wasn't from Jim. No, it was from somebody else. I forgot his name.
No, it was. They had. Is it what you're thinking of? They said that they did they talked to PlayStation gamers, and that the sweet spot was like 6 months to a year after they're happy
Yeah.
with games coming out on PC or something,
On console, you mean? A console, right?
or like
Or
after they've released on consoles, 6 months to a year after that
yeah,
release on PC.
they did say that, right? And then
Yeah.
this year, Jen comes out like always because he always makes. Guys. Here's the thing, though. I'm not trying to be a hater. I do not hate Sony. I love Sony to death. I just want Sony to be the way it was because really, this is why we're having this reaction from Xbox, and that's thanks to Sony PS4 competition reaction. I mean, seriously, this is the reaction that we're getting from that generation, and that's thanks to Sony. So if Sony gets buckled up and becomes the way it was in the PS4 era or PS2 era, because I don't want PS3. PS3 was bad, but they come out as PS2 and PS4, they will do really good. Really, they will do awesome and fantastic. So this is why I'm ranting about this. And then, like I was saying, Jim Ryan came out this year and said, oh, we're gonna wait 2, 3 years to release PC games. I'm like, dude, why? Why make it day and date? Especially since you said out of your mouth, oh, Call of Duty is what gives us the money to make these games. Oh Lord, put it day one on PC. You're gonna get your money right there to make your own games. Because
Yeah.
I'll give this is a good example. Let's talk quick numbers, right away. Quick numbers. Horizon Zero Dawn, when it came out, it got to 10 million. After they put it on PC, it reached 20 million. Spider-Man is right now it's in 35 million. God of War, I don't know how much it is, but God of War, when it came out on PC, it sold 5 million copies, 4 to 5 million copies. I mean, seriously, your 4 or 5 million copies of God of you got Ragnarok in 11 million. And if you would have put it on PC, you would have sold probably 20 million by now from Ragnarok. Day and day. No joke. You would have gotten your money to put it to make your own games right then and there. But hey, you want to play it that way? Play it that way. And then he comes out and says, oh, what we're going to do is we will release our, what was it? Our first party content into Plus after 1 year. Oh, wow. So basically just told me as a person that for me to play your games, right, on PlayStation Plus, which makes it you made it real easy for me. I'm gonna save $120. I'm telling you, Jimbo, I'm gonna save $120 right there. What I'm gonna do is once the game releases every year, I will subscribe to your service, play the heck out of that game, and that's it. Just 1 month. That's it. Let it go down, and then when the other game comes out, we'll subscribe to your service, and that's it. Yeah, you hearing me, Jimbo? I'm telling you, your strategies are bad. Instead of saying, no, it's coming day and day. If you put it day and date, of course I'll have my subscription service live and up and going because I know it's going to come day and day. When it comes out, it's going to be there. But either way, though, Jimbo, you're ruining the fun. You're making your business really hard for everybody. I don't understand why you want to make it so hard for everybody. And especially because, you making all these regulators look bad because that was another thing. I mean, you got the CMA pausing their their appeal with Microsoft. The CMA, especially after the FTC lost, because they were trying to argue over your argument. They grabbed your documents and tried to argue or fight through this fight from your, what was it? From your basis, You're trying to get them to fight from what you put on the table. And literally, FTC lost and CMA, look, they had to bend the knee. Man, it's horrible. It's horrible. Seriously, Jim has done a horrible job. I'm sorry. I really did not like Jim. If it was Sean Layden, I would have been super happy. I know PlayStation would have been in another place.
Well, speaking about ruining the fun, I think it's time to land the plane.
Finally a transition that makes sense. Crazy.
Crazy.
My transitions are the best. Hey, there's a question here for Plume. What will come out first? Metroid Prime 4 Factions or Scalebound?
Oh man, that's hard.
Wait, what are they? Metro Prime 4 Factions or... Oof,
Ooh,
that's a
man,
tough
that's
one.
a tough
That's a
one.
tough one.
Well, I have zero hope in Metro Prime 4 at this point, so that one's gonna come out.
That one's hard. Oh, you forgot to ask another one, Dark. I got a one for that. Where is Abandoned?
Oh my god.
I mean, seriously, where the hell is Abandoned? That's
Abandoned.
another game.
Wow.
It's still, guys. It's Kojima is still making that game.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
making that game.
Clearly.
Just
Totally
like
Kojima.
Star Citizen is actually releasing,
Yeah, that's another one. Star Citizen. When is Star Citizen gonna come out? But really, see,
Dude.
you see, G
You've
maybe
seen
says
so much vaporware. I swear. Oh,
No, and especially what was that one game that they showed that game they showed in the last showcase that looked really cool and it's nowhere to be seen. What was that game called? It had a pretty good fight thing.
Yeah. The
The
PlayStation.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
nowhere to see it. Not even
I
on
know
the
what you're talking about.
website. What's that game called? Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was the one where
Ooh.
they were saying that they were open to doing an Xbox version. It wasn't going to be exclusive.
Yeah,
That's the
and
one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
they just started development
Yeah,
with like
yeah. Like we literally found out that they were talking about it, and they basically were like, "Well, if we get enough money from our Kickstarter, we'll totally have an Xbox
Wait,
version."
was that like samurai? Not samurai,
yes,
but
Yeah, was
yes,
that
Yeah,
oh,
that
yeah.
game? Yes.
Phantom
Phantom
Blade,
Blade.
Phantom
Yeah,
Blade.
We
Phantom
were
Blade
yes, that's
2.
it.
we were excited because it looked
It's
good.
good.
But
And
then as soon as like they started talking about it, we're like, "Oh, so this thing
Yeah,
isn't coming
I,
out
I
anytime
I
soon."
researched them. Those guys are cell phone developers.
there's
Yeah,
a cell phone development,
Yes.
but they don't
Yeah.
even
I don't
have
know.
that game on their site. They
Yeah,
don't have that game
it's
on their site, which is
vaporware
pretty
for sure.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wait, I'm gonna do something real quick, guys. But
Yeah,
before we land the plane.
they're releasing that game. I'll believe it when I see it. It's unfortunate,
Oh,
to say the least.
so guys, just to make it a little bit funny, I went on PlayStation.com and I looked for Phantom Blade, and it's there. And guess what game is not there? Abandoned. It's not even in the I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell for this. But
So what
Abandon's
you're
a
saying
scam.
is
speaking
abandoned
of
got
yes,
abandoned.
yeah. Speaking about abandoned, we got abandoned now. This podcast, we got to go to bed and say goodnight and all that stuff, right? That was a bad transition, but either
That
way,
was no, that was the first good one.
oh,
I
Yeah,
guess
he
you.
he doesn't even know when he does a good transition.
think
oh,
I think
that's
you
good.
could have pulled a like, and just like a banana, Sourblow, we got a split.
You got to split. Yeah. That was a Carlton's transition right there from Freshman. That was it. Yeah, it was ding 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 ding
Welcome back.
ding.
Oh, that'll be
What was that
all
song
right. I
going?
think it's
Crazy,
time. I think it's
crazy.
gas
Let's
time.
land this plane.
Yeah.
I gotta go see Blood and Guts.
We don't
So
Yeah.
care. We don't care if you gotta go see, but chat. Vote right now. What you still want to keep us on? Or you want to let Sourblow go watch
No,
whatever he
no,
wants to
sir.
do?
you
No,
know
sir.
I can just take
Oh,
you.
You
Yeah,
can
okay. I know.
you
I
can
know.
stay on. You can. Yeah.
I can just
Okay.
kick you out.
I know. But anyways, it was a really fun episode, guys. Chat, you guys kept it rocking and rolling. I love you all. You guys are always awesome. Oh yeah, look, that's another one. Where the hell is Everwild? Yeah, that's another
Oh,
game.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
oh.
yeah. That's on Xbox side. Yeah, Richie, you nailed that one. But either way,
Cool.
though, yeah, Cowboy Lou, you want me to do it? You want me to do redneck style? All right, let's do this the redneck way. Sablo, please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Wow. They can find me. Okay. Anyway, you can
Got
find me
nothing.
on Twitter, Xbox Sourblow18. Of course, you can find me here every Wednesday, but you can also find me sometimes Friday, Xbox International en Español, where the Spanish version of Xbox International with Eternal Shaddai and ASCAP Gaming, and super excited for next week and see throughout the week um, the response of Crazy Lou. Let's see if he can top that promo. I doubt it. I
Hey,
highly doubt it. I don't
let,
think he's gonna top that
yeah, I got to top
promo.
out because let me tell you something. Cowboy does not have what I have, and I have a history of cheesy John Claude Van Damme movies. I
Oh
have a
yeah.
cheesy John Claude Van Damme movies, and everybody always try to make that kick, and trust me, I can do that John Claude Van Damme kick.
Dude, okay. We're gonna say this right now. Okay,
But
you start that camera rolling and you film every attempt until you get it, because I want to see the raw uncut footage of this attempt. Like, this is gonna be good. In all seriousness, don't hurt yourself when you're doing it, please.
no, I won't. I've been watching videos. I've been watching videos for a while. I love Van Damme. Van Damme is
Ah,
cool.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Van
It's
Damme is
just like
cool.
the Matrix, where if you watch a video, you can just instantly do it. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
can do the Matrix thing. For myself, I can do it. I tried it before. I hit my head a couple times, but yeah. But either way, though, speaking about hitting heads and everything, what's up, Plume? Tell everybody where they can find you, sir, when you're not training those Dominican baseball players.
Plume Network, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, pretty much. It's the best place to find me.
That's
That's
it.
all. That's all I got. It's Plume
Oh,
Network.
I thought we were gonna talk about the OnlyFans and then. All right. But either way, though,
Louis, please.
what?
My wife doesn't even know about that.
I have my own OnlyFans, and my wife doesn't even care about that. It's sad, but either way. And speaking about OnlyFans, the man who we wish he has his own OnlyFans because he's that sexy bald captain. Tell everybody where they can find you, sexy hotness.
Crazy, I already told you I'm not making another OnlyFans. I only have the one for my feet. So it's only feet for OnlyFans for me, sir.
Aw.
Yeah. Sorry. Nothing above the knee, as it were. But as far as where you can find me, so I actually did do a show this last weekend. If you want to rewind in time, you can actually go over to Web Dave and Retri's channel. They got the Gamers Council, and they did an episode on Saturday. They had myself and King David. And
Nice.
it was a super awesome time hanging out with those guys. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. King was on a tear. It was good times. Definitely worth going to see that one if you get a chance. And then actually here in just a couple of hours, I'm going to be on the Dusty Uno or G Waves podcast. So here in just a couple of hours, I'll post more details about that on Twitter. But yeah, should be a fun time on that as well. I don't think I have anything else coming up this weekend. I think I have a couple videos that I actually snagged when I've been playing some Far Cry that I'll be throwing on TikTok, so keep an eye out on TikTok. I should have a few entertaining ones. I'll just small spoilers. Man, that game is a buggy mess in some areas. There's some no clipping issues in that game that are just chef's kiss. But yeah, besides that, obviously just find me on Twitter or any social media stuff as Silent Cypher. And chat, thank you so much. It's been a great evening with you guys. You guys were bringing in some good conversation in there, so thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, you guys like always are always awesome. Love y'all. Chat to death. And where can you find the crazy one? Simple and easy. You can find me at Twitter at Crazy Louis Gaming, where I say good morning, and you will see me do the Jean-Claude Van Damme kick. I will post a video doing it. And when I do it, I hope Silent Cypher, Sourblow, and Big Plume, and somebody else sends me $200 after doing that because I'm gonna need it for the medics. But yeah, either way, yes, you can find me doing good morning videos and stuff like that. Crazy Louis Gaming on Twitter. Mondays, Xbox Lunch Break Special over there, the Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Web Dave, and Mr. Fuzzy Belvedere at 12 noonish. And sometimes on Tuesdays, either time of the week, playing with Crazy here on the Xbox International Podcast channel. You know, sometimes I hop here, play games, scary games for you guys to come watch, enjoy. But yes, I'll just announce it on Twitter. I'll post it here on YouTube so you guys can land when I'm live. And last but not least, here Wednesdays at the Xbox International Podcast with Silent Cypher, the Big Plume, and Sourblow at 7 p.m. ET, talking about what's going on in the gaming world. And guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And remember, let's go, let's rock. And why the hell did you extend the deal? No! Damn. See y'all next Wednesday. Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.